We're in Vegas.
I know.
Yay!
Vegas. Woo.
Have you done anything sinful yet?
No. I made money at the tables.
That's a lie. I saw you sneak a glass of wine into a restaurant last night.
Okay, that's true. And it was a really expensive restaurant. So why are we here?
We're here for RVDA, which is the RV Dealers Association, and they have a big convention, and we come and we learn things and we talk to people, and we ran into Matt.
Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to chat with Matt. If you don't know who he is, hang on because we'll explain it to you.
You know who he is.
Yeah. And all right, time for the intro, Lindsay.
All right. Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Lindsay.
I'm PJ, and we miss Clint because he does that intro so slick.
Yeah, that was the struggle.
Every time. So we're going to jump into it because Matt probably has a lot to say. He always has a lot to say.
I do talk a lot every once in a while.
I love that.
So Matt, give us, who are you?
Hello, my name is Matt from the YouTube show Matt's RV Reviews. I do what PJ does, but for bigger stuff, not the small stuff.
That's true.
Not truck campers.
I thought you were going to say you did it better.
No.
And we were going to have a talk.
No.
There's no
do it
fighting.
different.
There's no fighting.
Oh, no, PJ, I love it. I love you. I love Angie from National Indoor, Josh from Bish, JD from Big Truck Big RV. We all do it different.
Yes,
exactly.
There's been people out there, and not in a disrespectful way, but has taken your model and copied it 100%. Has taken my model and copied it 100%, thinking that like we have like a secret formula, but the formula is just be yourself. Do you your way, we do us our way, and Josh does his videos his way, and that's why we're all unique and we're all special. And even though we all are in a competition for people's attention, I feel like we're more of a family because it's super hard to put your life on the internet. Like I've gotten stopped 6 times out here in Vegas, not at the convention, from viewers who watch my show. And so it's just like, I feel like we're in like a club, like just weird RV celebrity. It's like being rich and famous without being rich.
You know, that's right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like what, and it's not like that because I hate saying that, but like when you put your life and your personality out on the internet, there's as great as like seeing the numbers and what we do, there's so much more to that iceberg that comes with it. So I feel like we're all a family and we're all unique. You know, just cousins who rival on football
well,
games.
And that's the thing is it's really not a rivalry because like you said, they're all different and there's an audience for each one of you guys. Not only that, but if someone clicks on your video on YouTube, guess what's in that right-hand column that they're going to watch next?
Oh, yeah.
PJ. So, I mean,
and
like,
then they'll go, oh my gosh.
Go back to Matt.
He is so fast. She is so slow. And you know what?
You guys are like the tortoise and the hare.
We are. We're so different.
Yes.
And it's so odd because when I do a video tour of trailers, I guess everything just slows down for me because I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm like some women that like to go shopping and they're like, ooh, I love this.
Look at this
ooh,
drawer handle.
I love this because everything slows down for me.
Yeah. And
I feel like it's the opposite for you. You walk in and everything just energizes and you just are the ever-ready bunny.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, our videos, they're still long, 20, 25, 30 minutes long, but yeah, no, I mean, we're fast, high energy. It's not for everybody. And you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all okay with all of us.
You can be the sweetest peach on the tree. Some people don't like peaches.
So how did you end up in the RV industry in the first place?
So I was a beer vendor for the Mid-Atlantic teams.
Well,
hey, cold beer here. Who's thirsty?
Oh, wow.
Mountains are blue. That means it's cold as the Rockies.
Sold.
man.
I'm so thirsty all of a sudden.
I
I would
never
pay so
thought
much
about
money
that,
for a
but you
beer.
would be perfect.
Thank you.
I bet you made a boatload, because I can't say the other word, of money.
Yes, ma'am. And I was also skinnier back then, walking up and down the steps,
All the
selling
steps.
beers. And I did it for the Mid-Atlantic teams, Orioles, Nationals, Redskins, Ravens, Eagles, Caps. But my main team was the Nationals.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I've always wanted to sell cars. A car dealership would never hire me because their busy hours were 5 to 8 at night. Well, I drove by this RV dealership and I saw that they closed at 6 o'clock. So I somehow, some way, shout out Leo's, but I somehow, some way negotiated a way to leave at 5:30
To get to
the games, because it wasn't like I was in like a club or going out drinking or having a good time. I was leaving one job to go to another job. And so they did that. I ended up being good at selling RVs, not in an arrogant way, but I have fun with it.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Before we go any further,
Yes.
did you make more money selling cars or more money selling beer?
You mean RVs?
RVs, cars. Yes,
Yes.
RVs. Sorry.
So it was definitely RVs. So beer vending was different because at like Orioles games, you make like $200 a night. I did anyway. Obviously, bigger games, you make more. Smaller games, you make less. Football games were always good. You make like $500, maybe $1,000 on a football game. But there was only 8 home games a year. But the Nationals, I mean, I was cleaning up, $600, $700, $800 a night. Half of it being cash because I had a lot of regulars there.
Right.
I did this thing. So it was a token. It was a customized poker chip. So all my regulars, I ran a tab with them. Here's why. 1, it's cool. 2,
They feel cool. Yeah.
they don't pay till the end of the game. 3, if I sell you a $9 beer, what do you tip me?
$1.
Exactly. If you go to a restaurant and your tab's $27, what do you tip?
$3.
Or
$6.
$6, exactly. So when it's a $9 beer, you tip $1. Everybody does. But when it's a $36 tab, you tip $7 or $8 because that 20% rule.
You know,
Okay.
you got to work it. You got to be smart.
All of a sudden, I figured out why. Yeah, you would be so good at selling anything.
Yep. Thank you. But yes.
Maybe I need to be taking notes.
No, not at all. But so then I started my YouTube channel and it really started popping off. And I knew I had to move to Florida to be with the big dogs down there and really grow the channel. My very last day at work beer vending was Game 5 of the World Series for the Nationals.
Wow.
They won the World Series. Then the next day I started with General RV.
Wow. What a story.
Yep. So that's how I got into the RV space.
That's a cool
but
story.
you also got to sell beer at the World Series.
Yes.
I mean,
the last game too.
What made you
how cool is
say? I mean, because when you started, there was some other people doing YouTube videos, but there wasn't a million like there is now.
Yeah.
So what made you say, I'll take a video of this and put myself on YouTube?
I said, if PJ can do it, anybody can do
did
it.
not. Now you were just making shit out of that.
No, so
Seriously.
it was Kelly O'Banion, motorhome specialist.
Okay.
She used to make the videos. I thought she did a great job. And I said, hey, I can do these too.
I can do that too.
Yep. And not in a disrespectful way.
Yeah.
I still think, I'm surprised she doesn't make videos anymore. But, I mean, she did a wonderful job. Like,
She did.
You want to talk about a long video. Hers were like an hour and a half
did.
long. And, that was kind of like my inspiration. And, I didn't want to rely on traffic coming from the door. I wanted to, make my own, And then, so if you watch my old videos, they were really boring, really professional. I even had like a tripod and I moved it all around the RV and it kind of sucked. And then slowly but surely, I wasn't having fun doing that. I'm not, hi, this is a Coachman Murata. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So slowly but surely, I started putting more and more of my personality in. And people liked it. People liked the personality. And it's not my personality that they like. My viewers like my personality, but it's just the personality part of it. Nobody likes a robot, No. Well, if you want a robot, just read a brochure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And people like people that they relate to, be like, even if it's not them. Like, this guy really reminds me of my Uncle Randy and it cracks me up.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
this guy is so annoying. let's click on the next video. You know, like, I mean, all of those things work because people want the personality, whether it reminds them of somebody or it's not their style. I mean, they still just like it. And you have a big one.
Yeah, thank you. And one insult and compliment that I get all at the same time. It's Matt, when we first started watching you, we didn't like you. And then we watch somebody else, and then we're all like, "Oh, they're boring. Let's go back to Matt."
Oh, that would be me.
No,
You're
no,
watching me.
not at all.
I have helped you succeed. I am very proud of that.
But I've helped you as well because everybody who's doesn't like my style, again, they'll like yours or Josh's or Angie's, like everybody, Everybody,
all right.
Everybody does their own thing.
Well, it is just interesting, when I said, "Hey, Clint, I would love to podcast with Matt. I think that would be so fun." He's like, "Okay, kind of weird." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the beauty of it."
Clint, why is it weird?
Well,
It's weird to me.
that's true. That is true because a lot of times we try to be informative and talk about products, and
we can do that too.
sometimes you just have to be whoever you are, and you and I are in this weird video space.
We're in a weird club.
And I think that's cool.
I think it's cool too.
I think it's cool.
So you got famous on YouTube and you're famous.
Rich and famous without the rich. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing now? Do you still work for General?
So here's the story. Here's what happened. We were with General RV, and then we left General RV, and we wanted to go independent. We wanted to work with General, Lazy Days, La Mesa,
To
RV1.
review all the units.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
We wanted to be the Kelly Blue Book or the JD Power of the RV industry and review everything. That funny thing about money, you kind of need it to live because we then did the reviews for free, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which, womp womp.
Yeah.
So that didn't work.
that works for the famous part.
Right, yeah. That didn't work. Some dealerships didn't want us to work with them because it's the RV industry and everybody's a spy,
Yes.
And they didn't want to. They
It's
didn't
a
want me
secret
on their
squirrel thing,
lot
yeah.
to like
It really
for all
is.
the proprietary information, buddy. You sell Georgetown, it'll be okay.
And they don't trust anybody.
They don't.
You
and
know?
that was a hard part for us. We did good with RV1, and then so we then partnered with them. And we did that for a year, and that was great, and we appreciate everything that they did. But for no different than YouTube personalities, there's business personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And when our contract was up, General missed us, we missed them. And so now we partnered back with General. We can't tell you how much we appreciated our time with the other dealerships and Griseni's, Optimum, Giant Wreck World, those dealerships let us film there, on their lot, which we appreciate them as well. But, we had to get paid, obviously. And, General worked out for us. So now Matt's RV Reviews is contracted with General RV.
Got it.
I tell people we just work for General RV just because it makes life easier. But we're technically contracted
Cool.
to make videos.
Yeah. I mean, when are you going to do that, PJ?
I think I'm pretty well stuck where I am. Yeah. But I mean, that's brilliant because, the one thing that you have to do is to figure out how to get access to the products.
Yes.
So we have access to our products, but we've had some ideas and some thoughts about how do we get access to other products.
Yep.
We are asked all the time, even companies that maybe sell direct. And we've thought about that model and talked to some people about helping them. And, for us, a lot of it is about the consumer.
For sure. 100,000%.
Yeah, we're there to help the consumer figure out what they like.
Yep.
And the consumer in the RV industry wants to be educated before they go shopping. Mm-hmm. And the best way to do that is videos. So that's really where we found our niche. And we may someday branch out and work for people other than Princess Craft. But, a lot of people don't even know we're at Princess Craft.
Yeah.
And I say it at the beginning of every video, and that's not what they're paying attention to. They just want to see that unit. And so, just like you, we help sell that brand to everybody.
Yes.
And, sometimes I'm really proud about that we really just advance the industry a little bit to help people do a little more shopping online, or maybe they bought a product and they just want to know a little more about it.
Yes.
And so they'll watch it to be sure they understand, oh, okay, that's where you hook up the water hose and that's where the cable hooks in. It's something as simple as that, especially if they're a brand new buyer. That's why Matt likes that one. I never thought about that.
Yep.
I never cared whether I could sit on the toilet and my knees would fit.
Yeah.
But maybe I better pay attention to that.
Well, we don't call it a prime pooping position for nothing.
Yeah, that's right. So,
position.
it's like, I never thought about it, and I'm 6'3". I probably ought to think about how tall the shower is.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I feel like we do a service for the entire community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, it's all of our jobs to, try to get them to Princess Craft RV or get them to General RV or Bish's or National. But the reality is there's a lot of people that watch me that buy from you, a lot of people that watch you that buy from us and other dealerships.
Yeah.
And it is kind of cool knowing that, so here's something that I'm kind of proud of. My favorite Class C is an Integra Odyssey. And I've done this time and time again. When I see an Integra Odyssey at a campground, I'll knock on their door, see if they know me. And I haven't had an Odyssey owner not know who we were. And it's just I feel proud that I helped that brand really put it on the map. And don't get me wrong, we can say that for almost anything, but for me, it's not like Odyssey. It's kind of like you guys with Intech or one of those brands. It's just it's hey, nobody knows
more
Intech.
than
And so for somebody to buy an Intech, they had to see the video, and Josh doesn't do it. I don't do it. Nobody does it except you. So when you see an Intech on the road that they've watched your video.
Right.
Or they
that
had a
is
really good
special.
salesperson at their dealership. But even if they did have that, they still went home and watched a YouTube video and yours one popped up. So
I never thought
that's
about it
always
like
fun
that.
stuff.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Because everybody Googles what they're buying.
I mean, if you spend
those
20,
videos
30,
jump up
40,000,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you read your comments?
Yes.
Like
You
every
do?
single one of them?
Sam 644.
Yes.
I know you're watching.
Do you get, or when you first started, were you
It's tough.
overwhelmed by the
It's tough.
negatives?
It is,
and
okay.
because I know PJ just doesn't read them.
Yes.
And when we come across one that is absurd or mean, we usually read it out loud to her and we all, laugh about it. But
Yes.
how do you deal with that?
I got pretty thick skin. I dealt with it here at RVDA, so we're launching our own product. And
Okay,
obviously we compete with a lot of the dealerships that we're asking to sell our product. And I got a lot of dirty looks, and, it's just, it's part of it's part of the business.
Yeah.
It's tough reading these comments. It lets you know every flaw about yourself. Hey, thanks. I know I'm overweight. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
But no, the scary part's the death threats. I've gotten 2 death threats. Yeah, I know, it's kind of
That's ridiculous.
I sell RVs, chill
Calm
out.
down.
The negative comments don't affect me.
Back up. You got 2 death threats.
2, yeah,
That's
For reviewing an RV?
yeah,
How dare you?
yeah. One person, he's in my phone, is crazy from California. Don't pick up. Nothing against California. That's just where he was located. And then another one was just email. It's kind of weird.
That's insane.
there's all kinds of weird people out
There's a
there.
lot of
so you
weirdos,
just
yeah.
have to kind of take it in stride.
Well, I know the service guys at the dealership will keep a good eye on me.
There you
they're,
go.
They're always the good old boys that
You got
take
your
a wrench.
security team?
Yeah, they're my security team. But yeah, the comments. I mean, you just take it with a grain of salt. It's part of the turf. I do warn people that do start social media to watch out for them, and I do disencourage anybody from letting their kids do social media, just because they're so young. Like even me, it still hurts my feelings at times.
Yeah.
So it's definitely tough, but I let it
But
put me down.
I mean, the fact is it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
If you put yourself online, it's going to
100,000%.
happen. So you got to decide if you're going to move through it or. Okay, so we talked about where you came from.
Yes.
We talked about what you're doing now.
Thank you.
Future.
Should I be asking you guys questions too?
No.
Okay.
You can if you
No,
want
you're
to.
the star here, Matt.
Thank you.
It's all about you.
You know what? It's a conversation. We're disagreeing here. You ask any questions you want because I feel like
We should do
we're
like a
putting
takeover
you-
where we interview you. You know,
I
That's what
feel
we should
like
do
you
next
guys
time.
need to do a YouTube video together where you both are reviewing the same RV at the same time. I feel like it would be absolute chaos, but like in an awesome way.
Well, so I thought about that already. But
I didn't. What does that mean?
It needs to be a brand that every RV reviewer sells.
Yeah.
So we need to like figure that out.
Okay.
Because that would be like hilarious.
It would be
It would be like the
hilarious.
Avengers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I thought I was watching Captain America and, you know, Thor's over there, you know?
Yes. Okay. We'll figure that out later.
Oh, that's great. But I feel like you're kind of bringing up things that are tough. It's tough to hear some of the things that people say online.
Yeah.
And and I get that as well.
Yep.
PJ gets creepy.
I get the creep.
Yeah.
And maybe part of that is being a woman, and part of that is maybe not being 25 years old, and you know, everything in between.
It's just keyboard warriors. It's funny because I do a lot of like public meet and greets and stuff. Hershey show, Tampa show.
Right.
Meet thousands of people, which I love all of them. And I've never had somebody like come up and say anything nasty to me. They just have a lot of confidence behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
And you know, it is what it is.
That's really true.
Yeah.
That is so true. No one says it in person.
Yeah, another thing that's going to start happening and that you're going to start seeing, and I really want people to understand this. Politics, womp womp. I hate politics. Never talk about politics. When you see an ad on YouTube for the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, that's not us. That's YouTube.
We have no control.
Oh, so you're getting comments
no
on
control.
Well, it happened like 3 years ago, and it's going to start happening 2024.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to know who I voted for? Nobody's business. I love everybody. Chill.
Nobody's business.
And it had nothing to do with whatever ad they're showing, because
Right.
we don't even know what ad they're showing.
And if that ad got fed to you, that means you might be interested in that party. Just saying, that's
means
on you, not on me.
that means you already clicked on something.
Yeah.
Somebody
I sell-
thinks you're the demographic, not us.
I sell RV and RV accessories. I have nothing to do with politics.
That's
But
right.
yeah, no, you're going to start seeing that next year.
That you are so
But,
right.
But,
that
ad,
is a piece of it.
ad revenue does go up. So
There you go. Do you have
Yep.
plans for the future for your YouTube channel? Do you have like this ultimate, you know, like eventually we want to do?
Yes. So we done the whole venture out. Believe it or not, we didn't like that, and it didn't help us grow. Like I thought it would. So we really like working with General, and so we want to lock in like a long-term deal with them. Literally, I have a meeting next week about it, and so hopefully all goes well.
That's exciting.
Because the one thing I don't like is we only did like a 1 year, and I don't want to do like a 1 year. You know,
Right.
let's just, you know, we've explored other options. You know, we left home, and now we want to like stay there, and that's that for YouTube. But we did start our own product, and that's why we're here at RVDA. It's called Liquefied, the best RV toilet treatment in the industry.
Commercial, by the way.
Oh, what's that mean?
It means this is your commercial.
Oh, burr, burr, burr. So if anybody knows a thing or two about a stinky black tank, it's me. That's why we partnered with Century Chemical to come up with Liquefied, the best toilet treatment in the industry. You can get it at primepoopinposition.com, liquefiedrv.com. And
we'll put it in the notes.
yes, and some dealerships nationwide this year, 2024. We've talked to a lot of dealerships here, and I think it'd be really cool to get the word out. You know, we've done really well with it so far. We sold it exclusively on Amazon. So,
Cool.
you know, just trying to take our brain. So here's the thing, Matt's RV Reviews, it's not like a real business. It's more of a sole proprietorship. I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the reason why is because if I stop doing videos, me, my wife, my two best friends, we all lose our jobs. So I stopped doing videos. Will can't do Matt's RV reviews. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all like, we need to figure something out to make an actual business. And that's where we came out with Liquefied. And we've done our first year. Well, we're not done yet. December 22nd be the 1 year mark. And we've already sold over 30,000 bottles on Amazon.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's impressive. All right.
Awesome.
That's a lot of poop juice.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of RVers out there.
It's the #1 promoted poop juice RV toilet treatment in the industry, because we put it in every single one of our videos.
Well,
All
then
right.
that
PJ,
would
are
be the
you
number one
taking
promoted.
notes?
Yeah, it is.
What are you going to start out with?
I don't know. What do you think? Any suggestions, Matt?
An
What else
RV
do I
an
do?
RV
PJ
size-
pop-ups.
PJ pop-ups?
PJ's pop-ups. Yeah, don't you sell pop-ups?
Like a
Like
tent trailer?
campers? Yeah.
Make my own tent trailer?
Yeah, come on, Coachman.
That sounds way harder than poop juice.
Yeah, poop juice, very easy. Yep.
We need RV size tiaras.
I don't know.
We'll think on it. We'll think on it.
I'll think about something. Maybe like coffee, like a Keurig machine with the PJ machine.
Right up my alley.
PJ
Right up my alley. I
Or-
need my own private roasted coffee.
Or PJs with campers on them. PJs.
Oh, there's a lot of those out there, actually.
But
Did
not
you know?
not with your name.
Now with her face on them.
that- That's, oh, geez, that's just stinking scary. I couldn't sleep a wink. My face all over my pajamas. But there actually is a very popular pajama group called PJ's Pajamas.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, can't steal that one.
Shout out PJ's Pajamas.
Yeah.
Send us all a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a pair and I love them.
There you go.
And they have campers on them. So
Nice.
it's perfect.
Nice.
So, but we'll think of something. Yeah, I need something branded, but I think either coffee or a really good red wine blend.
Oh, there you
There
go.
you go.
That would be, but that's tough to sell on Amazon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And it's perishable. I want a non-perishable
Yeah,
item.
non-perishable
We'll think on
is
it.
good. For sure.
So we'll come up with something. Matt, you're the marketer in this group, so let me know what you come up with.
Thank you. I will.
All right. Any
Well-
more questions?
I got a question for you. So what's your role in the company?
What's my role in the company?
Yeah.
Well,
Are you an owner, salesperson, marketing person? Who is PJ? For those of you that we're all wondering.
I am the owner and I run the company.
Oh, okay. Because you made a joke about like leaving. I was like, wait, I thought you were the owner.
That doesn't mean she can't leave.
Here we go now. No.
And, you know, I guess my origin story with the videos
Yep.
is, you know, we were small. We were small, like 5 employees small. And we started out when I bought the company, they did truck campers. They built truck campers, which is why we have the name Princess Craft, because nobody would name an RV business Princess Craft, particularly a woman. But in 1968, when the company started, it was Pflugercraft because we were in Pflugerville.
Oh, okay.
And Pflugerville sounds like something in a Dr. Seuss book.
Yes.
But it isn't. It's a real thing in Texas. So anyway, they decided to build a brand. So they had a PC logo and decided on Princess Craft. So in 1996, when I got involved with it, it was Princess Craft, and they built truck campers and camper shells. Well, I figured out real quick that was not a winning proposition to build a stick and tin truck camper in the 90s. So we just started retailing a few things, ended up turning into an RV dealership, and before we knew it, it was too late to change the name.
Yeah.
So,
I like the name Princess Craft.
well, thank
you
you.
were talking.
And you're like the brand behind it. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's not too many, females in the industries. And I love the name Princess Craft, and
It's memorable, that's for sure.
And just so you guys know, I don't get offended when customers say, could you leave your sticker off the back of this? Because we really don't want Princess Craft on our manly camper. And I'm
word
like,
princess.
okay, what do I care?
But
Your
you were-
money's as good as anyone else's, right?
you need to focus here. You were
Focus.
talking
What was
about
the
how you
question?
started YouTube videos.
So
It was
what
a very
happened
long
is,
story.
No,
Yeah.
I was wondering about Princess Craft.
So now you know. So what happened is we were still small, we were growing, and we sold mostly truck campers. And this guy stopped by and he said, "Hey, I was told you might need social media." I'm like, "Oh, shoot, yeah, it's cheap. You're working for almost nothing, and I don't know anything about it, so have fun." And he's there one day, and a customer said on the phone, "Can you just send me some pictures and
Yep.
let me know what this looks like?"
Yep.
And Clint, our wonderful partner and videographer, said, "Well, hey, I'll just take my phone and why don't I just video a little bit and we'll send it to him." And I was like, "Okay." So I go out there. If you look at my early videos, they are terrible.
They're hilarious.
They
Yes.
are awful. They are
Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
Because they
Yes.
weren't really
Yes.
meant to be videos.
I've never seen them, but yes.
Yes, they are. They are, and I look like an '80s leftover, and so yeah, so basically, he just pulled his phone out, and I walked in and said, "Okay, here's what it looks like, and this is this, and that's that, and this is this. Okay, call me." It was just really weird. But I do a lot of details, like how big are the drawers, because in the beginning, in a truck camper, that's all you care about, right?
Yes.
Where am I going to put my stuff? This thing's tiny. So in most of these that we did early on, that's what everybody wanted to see is how big are the drawers? How big is that cabinet? Can I fit my cereal boxes in there? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I'd go out and measure every cabinet and every drawer to send to them, because 90% of our customers came from at least 3 or 4 hours away, probably another state.
Yes.
Because the truck camper industry is so different than travel trailers.
Oh yeah, we don't sell truck campers.
Yeah, yeah. It's
that's
a
tough
very
sell.
it's a very slim margin, so people had to drive a long way. So that's where our video started, and that's how our long, kind of drawn out style started, is because those are the questions that people ask me every day.
Yep.
So I was the only salesperson. You know, I think up until a few years ago, I cleaned toilets, sold campers, did everything that needed to be done. And now we're bigger. Things are faster.
Now she hired someone to clean the toilets.
Yes, I did, thankfully. And not that I actually minded, but at some point I have to go home. So I have, Matt, probably like you said you work with your two best friends. My success, and yours too, of being able to do all the things we do is because we have these people that do all the back end stuff and make it look easy.
Yes.
And honestly, I just get pulled by the back of the neck and drug out to a camper and said, "Okay, here's the stats, ready, go." And everything is set up, and I yammer for sometimes a couple of hours. The outtakes have got to be hilarious. And
Wait, your RVs are set up for you?
I yes.
Oh my God.
She has a
Yes.
Clint. Get yourself a Clint.
I need a Clint. We're hiring a Clint because I don't have a Clint, nor can I afford a Clint. So
Well,
we got to set up our own RVs.
I mean, there are
That
days-
ain't right.
Maybe just get a lint. Maybe you can afford that.
a portion.
Yes.
But there are days that, you know, Clint and I are both out there scrubbing and getting a rag and putting jacks down, putting slide outs out. Oh, this one doesn't have a battery. Oh, crap. You know, and so, but for the most part, people help me. And it's, I don't know, that's how I'm still able to do what I do
I
today.
love it. I love it.
And I, just like you, we have great people that help us just get it done. Because I don't know, I love. On a scale from 1 to 10, do you like doing the videos?
0.
No, I don't believe that.
So I'm going to call it a.
I didn't think it was a hard question.
It's gotten harder, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to call it an 8.
Okay.
Used to be a 10. The industry after COVID, not innovating anything, really kind of sucked a lot of wind out of my sail.
What a
because-
great comment.
Yeah,
That's true.
You know, now it's starting to get it back up there with that Ibex RV Suite,
Right.
Which I saw you
Right.
at. Are you guys picking that up?
Yes.
So we have that. That might be the unit, by
Who's
the way,
gonna-
that because Bish's probably will pick it up. So we it just needs to be a brand that like everybody
Who's
sells.
going to do it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be interesting.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun.
Cody Shade, give me a call.
Yeah, but it needs to be it has to be all the reviewers in one video. I think that's the only way to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that would be so fun.
I think it would be great too. But yeah, the lack of innovation kind of sucked the wind out of my sails. Like, all right, here's another Thor Challenger. The swoops and swirls look the exact same as last year. So that stunk. And then just, when you make 1,500, 1,700 videos, it does slowly become part of the job.
Yeah.
But with that said, whenever I have a bad day, I drive home and I look at the people working on the highway, which I have nothing but respect for. And I'm like, you know what? I'm complaining about my
Making
life
YouTube
and
videos.
job. Right. And they're, doing asphalt in Florida in the summer. So I'm very grateful there. And one of the big things I missed was like the sales part. Getting that rush of dopamine whenever you help a customer. It's not about making the sale or getting the money. It's about like helping them find the right RV and, selling them that. And I think that kind of newly sparked up again with Liquefied, with having our own toilet chemical, which is exciting. But again, I'm going to put it at an 8. Coachman's doing a lot of good things. Forest River's doing a lot of good things. No disrespect to the other brands, because I do like some of the other brands better than those brands, but those views, the VIEWs, that Ibex, did you see the Coachman Euro?
Yes.
Right. Stuff like that, I love. And one day they are going to come out with, do you remember the Fleetwood? Do you remember that red Fleetwood motorhome? It's called like the Axon, AXON.
No.
Can you edit like a picture?
Absolutely. We'll find it.
Bing.
And here it is.
Okay. There will be some dogs in the industry, right? That they make for they'll make 12 of them and they'll suck.
And they won't go anywhere and it'll be awful.
But you can't have amazing units without having bad units as well.
Right.
So
It's a law of percentages for anything.
And I think the manufacturers got comfortable with how sales were going. They didn't switch anything. And I feel like people are scared to make, bad products. But it takes bad products to make good products and innovative products.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to see. Like whenever something's new, I love it.
I completely agree. A lot of times we try to make 1, sometimes 2 a week, because that's kind of all we can fit in. We do so many different things.
For sure.
But I think during COVID, we some weeks didn't do any. For weeks at a time.
There's nothing to do.
Because, well, first of all, sometimes we only had 15 units on the lot.
It was tough.
And sometimes there was literally nothing new. I was like, well, it's the same thing and we did it a year ago.
Yep.
So there's nothing new to put out
it was
there.
$10,000 more.
Oh,
right?
except it was more expensive.
Right.
People love to hear that.
Yeah.
So I think also that, to be fair, the manufacturers couldn't build new things because they couldn't get the parts. Oh. They couldn't keep up with making the things that people already wanted.
Oh, yeah.
So the innovation stopped for
no disrespect to them.
For a couple of reasons. And basically, they just didn't have the time, money, or parts to build anything new.
Oh, for sure.
So, in fact, I even had people say, yeah, we know this isn't the best part for this. We'd like to upgrade it, but we're scared to change because we're afraid if we upgrade to that part, we won't be able to get it.
Right.
So they just try to keep status quo. And it was very tough for 2 years there.
Yep.
So we had open house, which is kind of like an RV show for manufacturers, and dealers get to go and look at it. And it was so cool because there was new things. It was like huge for us.
Yes. What was your favorite?
New things. I don't know. I think that Ibex was one of my favorites for sure.
Yes.
And I think new manufacturers are now trying to get their toe in the door. Mm-hmm. And that's interesting. I was a little disappointed. I would like to get your take on this.
Talk to me.
We have talked about all the decontenting that happened this year. Everybody has decided that they need to build something a little bit less expensive, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
So all they do is build the exact same thing and take
all the stuff
radio
out of it.
take the battery monitor out of it, maybe take the inverter out of it, no solar. Maybe it has, just a little less of everything.
Yes.
And then they call it a
Light,
special edition or a
SE, SL.
light.
Yep.
I don't know. I am really uncomfortable with that.
So I'm going to have a little bit of a different take. So one, I completely agree. But so we're primarily motors, right? And when I was in sales in 2019, 2020, I sold an Integra Odyssey 30Z for $79,900. And, the dealership made, a 5% profit margin or whatever it is, a decent margin. They weren't hitting home runs, but it was my favorite motorhome because the dealership made a little money, which is good. That's the point.
Right.
The customers got a good deal and they got a good unit, right? I remember doing that. And you can watch my 2019, 2020 videos telling people it was 84.9 or call me and we dropped it down to 79.9, something like that. Now they're 119. And that is just like really, really tough.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's true.
So we had Sports Coach. We had Sports Coach, a 339 DS for $149,999.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're $230, right? So it's so tough because they're getting so expensive. I mean, look at the Intech Oasis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
They are a lot of money. Here's what I'd say. I don't think there's anything wrong with stuff being cheaper. I think they shouldn't play off the names that are successful. Like, for example, Grand Design has the new 100 series. Mm-hmm. Shout out Grand Design. An amazing, or it's called the Reflection 100 series. It's an amazing unit for a steal of a price. Like my travel trailer costs the same as that fifth wheel does, right? But it's not a Reflection, like a lot of the stuff looks like a Reflection, but it's not.
Right.
It's like, just call it something new.
I would love it if they just make a whole nother line.
Exactly.
That's what they need to do because people
But they play
will
off
feel.
the names.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would be comfortable saying I want to buy a Terra Oasis, but I would like the Terra Oasis SE and pay $20,000 more, the Redline series or something, and then everybody knows I bought the cheap one. It's like,
But
hey, I bought the cheap one.
No. See, that's why they do it, because people don't know they bought the cheap one. So you
Really?
you might not.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Fight.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now. No, because a lot of times we'll have people, they'll be like, hey, I want to look at Alliance Paradigm. Oh, great. Do you have a trade-in? Yeah, I have a Solitude. And nobody trades a Solitude in for a Paradigm, but they don't. They have the Solitude S-Class. And that's the step below. No different than somebody coming in saying, oh, yeah, I want to look at an Alliance Paradigm. I have a Montana.
Right.
You have a Montana High Country, right?
Right.
The lower end. So customers, they see that big name. Funny story. What is it? Heartland had a fifth wheel called the Oakmont back in like 2015 when I first started.
Uh-huh.
And they put a big spiff on it. Spiff is a kickback, by the way, for people that don't know. That's insider lingo. They had a big spiff, so I was like, hey, heck yeah, here we go. I'm gonna sell me an Oakmont today. Long story short, they cleared out the Oakmonts. The reason why they cleared them out because they weren't selling well. They ripped the name off and then they put Bighorn Travelers on it. Now it's like Heartland's number 3 selling fifth wheel.
So you're saying maybe manufacturers know what they're doing.
Oh, they know what they're doing. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
do I have to like it?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, but that makes sense because if you can't afford Jordans, You don't. You like.
You get the shacks.
You get the.
Do you remember the shacks? I had the shacks
do.
growing up.
Or wouldn't
Did you?
somebody
Yeah, Value
rather
City.
have the Jordans
The Jordan
SEs
SE.
Yeah.
than
Then the shacks from
Then the-
Value City.
New Balance or whatever?
And,
you know.
and I used to wear Huskies when I was a kid. I thought that was a brand.
Yeah. That's just adorable, man.
Yeah, it was a little
is
dog. Shout
adorable.
out Value City. Shout out Bugle Boys. Remember Bugle Boys?
Bugle Boys.
It was for the chubby kids growing up.
You know what? I feel like we could do this all day long. It is so fun. Can we get together again sometime?
Yeah. So where are you in Texas? Are you close to the NRVTA?
No, they're
In Athens,
We're
Texas?
a couple hours away.
NRVTA. Well, we're a couple hours south. We're at Austin.
Okay.
We're a suburb of
So
Austin.
yeah, you're in that area. So I'm going down there to get some of Todd's batteries. And so yeah, I'll definitely hit you up. I gotta get your phone number. Let me get them digits, PJ.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, we will
I already
keep
have your
chatting.
number, Matt.
Perfect.
You
She's
got to
got
go
your
through
number.
me to get to her.
Thank you.
I have people.
Yes.
Apparently, I have people. I didn't know I did, but I guess I do. Well, it's been tons of fun.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It is very hectic here at this event. We all run fast for 18 hours a day, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank
Can
you
we-
to everybody who's been watching too.
Absolutely.
Can we burr you out?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2. We all got to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Burr.